In Kenshi, there's no place quite like the Great Desert. It's the only triple S region in the game, which stands for sand, stunning views, and slavery. It's here that we find our hero, Edge the Hedge.
Ugh, my arm. I knew I shouldn't have taken the Dende perk.
Edge needed to find a way to get food fast, or he'd starve. He saw a group of sand ninjas in the distance. He knew they weren't friendly, but their gear could be invaluable. Lucky for him, some United Cities heroes were nearby. He decided he'd bait the ninjas into a fight, then run to the heroes to play the victim. Edge kited them over to the heroes, and it worked. At first, at least. But once the heroes were done with the ninjas, they went for Edge next. Before trying to make his getaway, he made a mad dash for an unconscious ninja. He couldn't let a good ground score go to waste. The heroes chased him across the desert. He tried to reason with them.
Heh, chasing one-armed men through the desert? That's not very heroic.
But they assured him that they were heroic. Heroically racist. And so the chase continued. The cameraman waited for Edge to crest the next dunes, not realizing the heroes had already smacked his ass like a drum and beat him unconscious a few minutes ago. For a moment, it looked like they might be giving him first aid, but unfortunately they were just running his fade and his pockets. The only first aid they gave was diagnosing him with broke bitch syndrome and walking away into the desert. While in a recovery coma, he had time to think about things, like why they called it the Great Desert. It didn't seem that great, or just like the okay desert, or the racist desert. Could sand be racist? He pondered this and many other things. Pulling himself up off the ground, he made for the nearest settlement of Heft. He'd been lucky so far, but if he ran into the wrong crowd and got knocked out again, he could be an easy target for roving slavers. Just outside the city walls, Edge saw a brawl. Some outlaw farmers and slavers going at it. Most people would see danger, but Edge saw a business opportunity. He approached one of the ones who fell in battle and made a trade offer. I receive all of your things. You receive nothing. I'm robbing you. He took their faint gurgles as enthusiastic consent. He even found himself a meal, cooking and eating someone's dog. Sorry, Airbud. No more basketball for you. Edge thought he made a clean getaway, but then some slavers decided he looked like an escaped slave. Once again, Edge's greatest enemy was racial discrimination. But after knocking him out, they didn't enslave him. Instead, one of them just stood over him for a while, then walked away, refusing to elaborate on what just happened. Either way, Edge narrowly avoided slavery and spent some more time napping in the desert. When he awoke, he pulled himself up off the ground and towards the town. He was gonna head straight to the one place that men go to process their emotions: the bar. He got some cats for his salvage, and then proceeded to eat a chunk of raw meat in front of the bartender. Did you just eat a chunk of raw dog meat?
Yeah, I did.
You sure that's safe?
I will do it again.
What?
You heard me.
He then took an eyes-open nap upstairs. But the grind never stops for long. Edge set out once more, at the crack of dawn. Outside the city, he saw a wounded hiver dragging himself through the sand. A worthy foe. Someone who couldn't fight back. And with a, heh, nothing personnel, kid, he began hacking away at him. After all, every good swordsman got their start by bullying cripples. I think. Edge celebrated winning his first fight by eating some more raw dog meat and then stealing all of the hiver's things. He spotted some more human loot boxes nearby. Some outlaw farmers getting wrecked by samurai, but he should have paid more attention. Everyone knows that seeing a rolling severed leg in the desert is a bad omen, especially on a Monday. He waited by the bodies for some other, more well-armed scavengers to finish picking them over. As he descended to grabble up his share, one of the farmers didn't like him trying to steal his Yeezy sandals, and got up to throw hands, which wouldn't have been a problem if a bunch of their friends didn't show up with big sticks. The farmers folded Edge like an omelet. They left him laying, face down, ass up in the desert, hoping for the best as he faded into darkness. He felt someone grab him. Was he being saved? Wrong. He was enslaved.
Oh man, this slavery thing is not the vibe. Gotta say, I'm not loving this.
But little did Edge know that the hard times were only just beginning.